This is one of the worst kept secrets because for the last 4 months there's been this mountain of blocks outside of our building. I'm going to be talking about our past and how we got here to Lewiston. Gene's going to talk about where we are today and what we're going to be doing. And then David is going to take a look forward. And after you hear him, keep in mind he is not Caleb Weatherby. He does not do my forecasting in the future. He's good. In 1878, Geiger was established by Andrew and Jacob Geiger, and they were at 74 or 76 Springfield Avenue in Newark, New Jersey. It was a small print shop, and they were making paper fans, cards, calendars, and things of that nature. So back in 1878, they opened their business, and they were located on Springfield Avenue. In 1892, they made a move across the street to 77 Springfield Avenue. That lasted till 1925 because at that point they were buying up diary and calendar firms, and so they were growing. So in 1925 they moved to 17 Nesbitt Street. In 1929 they moved to Nevada Street. In 1929 they made their final move to Nesbitt Street, all in Newark, New Jersey, downtown Newark. But the cost of doing business in New Jersey was putting Geiger Brothers at a competitive disadvantage in their industry. They started to contemplate a move and moving to other parts of the United States. During the search process, they noticed an ad in the Wall Street Journal run by the Maine Development Commission. And then they decided to come to Portland. So U.S. Attorney Alton Lessard was a classmate of my uncle Frank Geiger's at Georgetown. So during the trip to Maine, my uncle touched base, connected with his former classmate. Tom Delahanty of Lewiston, law partner with Lessard. He became aware of Geiger Brothers. So Tom was also president of the Lewiston Chamber of Commerce. And on his own initiative and at his own expense, he traveled to New Jersey and met with the Geigers and invited them to look at Lewiston. The first contact was in August of 1953. 21 states had expressed interest in relocating, Geiger relocating to them. Arkansas, Pennsylvania, Virginia, North Carolina, and so forth. The Geiger executives were wined and dined at each location, but they were impressed with the depth of research and proposed plans submitted by the newly created Lewiston Industrial Development Commission, headed by John Mahoney, Jr. I actually, in our archives, came across a bunch of records, interviews with Mahoney and other people. It's kind of how I found the facts on this. The tipping point came on a Sunday morning meeting at City Hall. 6 Geiger executives came to answer community questions. 30 people attended, including representatives of 8 area banks. This was an overwhelming show of interest. An assessment of the Geiger organization and its finances resulted in all 8 banks expressing interest in financing the first mortgage. Additional money was raised for a second mortgage. In looking for a building location, the Geigers were offered a place, this is what I heard, they were offered a piece of land on what is currently the corner of Goddard Road and Alfred Bloor Parkway, where the Maine National Guard building exists. It would be close to the future exit on I-95. The only problem is it was next to a pig farm. So the Geigers felt that wasn't adequate. So the host committee continued down Goddard Road and blew a tire and had to be replaced. So my father's walking around the area that spots the land that we're currently on, and both Ray and Frank decided that if they could have this parcel of land, that they would move to Maine. My dad always told me that it was the work ethic of the Lewiston associates was what caught his attention. Sure enough, the very first day we were in Lewiston, a lady by the name of Frances Flaherty did more work in that one day than the most experienced person did in New Jersey. So Ray knew he made the right decision. Being union-free, he promised to share profits with those who helped earn them. And this has been the case ever since. He also promised that Geiger would give back to the community. So we came to Maine for the associates, for the work ethic, for the location, and at the time, my father had 4 small children and 1 yet to come, and Lewiston is where he wanted to be. If you knew my father, whatever he liked, he was passionate about. If it was Lewiston, if it was Maine, if it was the Farmer's Almanac, whatever it was, he was passionate. He loved Maine, and he gave back to the community, and the community gave back to him in a sense by naming the Raymond A. Geiger Elementary School. So this is how we got to Maine. We got to Maine as a because we're manufacturing product. We also are a distributor of promotional products, but at the time it was the manufacturing arm of us. I think that was the big draw. But now I'm going to leave it over to Gene, who will talk about what we're doing.
Today, our 5-generation family business includes roughly 700 employees and salespersons who work for our company around the country. Maine is our headquarters and is home to approximately 225 employees who work physically in this building, and a few who work from their homes outside of the building. I'm proud to say that in the last 18 months, we've been recognized by 3 different groups as a best places to work employer. And next week, we will again be recognized as one of the top 10 best places to work in Maine. In our industry, we are the oldest, one of the 10 largest, and arguably the most respected firm in our industry. We could be based anywhere in the United States, but we've been a proud citizen, as Peter just described, of Lewiston, trying our best to make this a better place for our company and our employees and for the community for over 61 years. Over the years, we've produced our own and distributed products made by others. The manufacture of calendars and planners was a mainstay of our firm since our founding, as Pete mentioned, but due to changes in market conditions, we had to close our factory in 2013. Needless to say, that was a miserable, difficult decision for us. But today, we sell promotional products to customers of all sizes in virtually every state, and we deliver those products to businesses and customers worldwide. Much of those products come out of a distribution center right next door here. A few of our well-known customers are on the banner on my right, and our guests walked through a couple displays of some representative products when they came into the building this morning. Today, we're announcing we're remaking our former manufacturing space, this stuff right here, this place right here, into a state-of-the-art office building. Including equipment, we will be investing $12 million, and when we're done, we'll occupy 105,000 square feet of space, roughly half distribution center and roughly half offices. And we're sizing our space to accommodate an additional 25 to 50 employees over the next 3 to 5 years. Just as we did not ask for handouts when we moved here, we're not asking for any help from the taxpayers of Lewiston, Auburn. We know our tax bill will go up when our work is done, and we're happy to contribute in this way to our community. We want ours to be a stronger community for many reasons, including our benefiting from the human talent we must have to help us grow. We go to market on a very, very competitive world stage these days, and we need great people to help us be a world-class company. To the greatest extent possible, we've committed to working with local partners to make all of this happen. Our architects are Harriman Associates of Auburn. Hebert Construction is overseeing all the work. In about a week, we're moving our primary computer system to Oxford Networks, whose data connections link us to the world. We're borrowing a good portion of the money we need from Androscoggin Bank and Mechanics Bank, who are working with our longtime lead bank, Key Bank. The LA Metro Chamber is part of our support network. The Lewiston Auburn Economic Growth Council, whose predecessor helped to get us here in the first place, is here with us today. And needless to say, the City of Lewiston provides the essential services we must have to operate. And the following local subcontractors and material suppliers are involved in this project. The following are Lewiston-based firms: Regional Electric, St. Laurent Excavation, Landry & Sons Acoustics, Roderick & Son Painting, Rustic Fence, Oil Flooring, Sprinkler Systems, Gladu Roofing, Industrial Roofing and Siding, which will be putting working on the siding. Auburn firms are Auburn Concrete and Hammond Lumber. Nearby firms are BJ Drywall of Sabattis, Cumberland County Glass of Bodenham, and from the Portland area, Johnson and Jordan Mechanical Contractors, who will be using a lot of local labor to do their work. The total contract for all of these subcontractors is $6,200,000. The two largest material suppliers are Johnson and Jordan and Regional Electric. And we've asked both of them to purchase locally if the price falls within their estimates. In total, there will be over 100 tradesmen and design professionals at work on this project. True to our Farmer's Almanac roots, we have a strong commitment to sustainability. Our new facility will be LEED certified at the gold level, and it will qualify as a main advanced building. And we are really proud to announce a major investment in clean, renewable solar energy. Revision Energy of Portland will be installing one of the larger private solar arrays in the state. Is that true? Spot on? Okay. I want to make sure that was accurate. We want to be accurate. 620 ground-mounted panels will eliminate more than 8 million pounds of carbon pollution over their 40-year estimated lifespan. While we don't know for sure, we think our system might provide as much as 90% of the energy we use in our offices. In short, we're investing for our future, a future based in Lewiston, and one that provides literally a foundation for a Generation 5 and perhaps even beyond that. That's what we're up to. You can see the pictures, and we in fact have Phil Coop of Revision, who has had a display here to show you what we're doing outside. And Powerman has provided our artist renderings. And now let's go on and talk about Generation 5 and what they have in mind.
Hi, for those who don't know me, my name is Geiger. I am the son of Gene, the second son, and to the left of me is my brother Jeffrey, who did a nice job filling in my hat. Uncle spoke about how Geiger Brothers made Lewiston his home in 1955. My dad touched on how we are now reinvesting our corporate home. With Generation Geiger, I'm looking ahead. I'm looking ahead at my career here at the company and at our company's future. Every generation has benefited from opportunities while also confronting challenges. Gen 1 started small as a commercial printer and publisher during difficult economic times in the late 1870s, known as the Long Depression. Gen 2 moved the company into new product categories while dealing with 2 world wars and the Depression between. Gen 3 added advertising specialties, as they were called then, to manufacture products we sold. Nearly bankrupt after World War II, they moved to a new home, Lewiston, Auburn. Gen 4 reluctantly seized manufacturing as technology made printed calendars obsolete. They instead redeployed resources so that our firm could become our industry's technology leader. I am proud that today Geiger is the largest owned and managed distributor of promotional products in the United States. In the years ahead, my Geiger colleagues and I will seek out new opportunities just as certainly as we will have our fair share of challenges. As with generations past, our success will continue to be based on Geiger people. We must attract, nurture, and empower the best talent. And we must continue to be premier Lewiston Auburn employer. My brother and I moved back here from the other LA and California for the sole purpose of continuing on the legacy built forth by the 4 previous Geiger generations. Our company is committed to Lewiston, Auburn. The people of LA helped our firm get restarted in 1955 and have helped us grow and prosper ever since. We will be here in 2055 and beyond. Our company's philosophy comes down to harnessing the talents of great people to help us grow and giving back to the community from which we have drawn our strengths. I can assure you that this tradition will continue with our generation and beyond. Thank you very much.
Jeff. Now I'd like to call on a few special guests to say a few words. First of all, the mayor of the great city of Lewiston, Maine, Bob McDonald.
You all have coffee? Because you're going to need it, because I got a 27-day speech here. I usually go off the cuff, but we have all the City Hall people here. I have to stay on script today. I have my glasses on first. Thank you, Dottie. This is just a little bigger. Okay. What a great day for the city of Lewiston. Today we celebrate the growth and continuing long-term success of five-generation family business that has long been a standout in Lewiston. People know the name Geiger. That word represents professionalism, excellence, and community engagement. Founded in 1878, Geiger has stood the test of time and has effectively adapted to changing market needs and trends. They have established themselves and are recognized as global leaders in the promotional product industry. Geiger escaped from when Christie's grandfather opened the bridge. In 1955, they've been an active participant and leader in the business community ever since, with Ray Geiger being a driving force in the creation of the Androscoggin Chamber of Commerce. He was a tireless promoter of Lewiston, Auburn as a great place to live and do business, and he certainly was right about that. Ray's son, Gene and Peter, have continued the tradition. Gene is active in the Lewiston Auburn Economic Growth Council Board of Directors, was chair of that organization's Future Forum, and is currently co-chair of the Charter Commission. Peter has long been actively involved in improving education locally and the state level, and is currently serving on the Maine State Board of Education. What we are celebrating today is Geiger's continuing commitment to this area. It plans for a new state-of-the-art office space and a major solar power installation are more positive steps in this successful story, and serve as encouraging examples of local business growth. They could be anywhere, but they have chosen here. As mayor, I am honored, and I am very proud to have stayed here expanding. In addition, Geiger is committed not only to the community, but to its employees. Is that right, employees? They've been named 3 times as one of the best places to work in Maine for putting their values and policies into action. In particular, some of Geiger's core company values include valuing people, building a family of relationships, doing what is right, continuously improving, and giving back to the community from which they draw their strength. It is also reassuring to know that local partners such as Harriman Associates, Construction, Oxford Network, Androscoggin Bank, and Mechanics Savings Bank are all on the board to make this project a reality. They too see the value of the incredible local investment. Congratulations to Gene, Peter, and the rest of the little Geigers. Okay? As well a shout out to all their hard-working employees. It is an exciting day in Lewiston, and we thank you for your investment, not only in your family business, but in our community as a whole. We are so glad to have you here, so thank you.
Thank you so much, Bob. Next, I'd like to call on Stephanie Lewis to speak on behalf of the Lewiston Economic Growth Council. Stephanie represents an organization that its predecessor or some part of its past was the organization that brought our company to this town in 1955. And Lou Gosselin, who's here, remembers we were the first company that LAGC's predecessor brought into this town since its formation. And my dad remembers that I remember him saying that we were the first company to move into LA since the 20s or something like that. That's what he remembers back then. So Stephanie, please.
Good morning. On behalf of the entire board of directors and staff of the Lewiston Economic Growth Council, we congratulate and extend our thanks to the entire Geiger family on this project, as well as the rich past here in Lewiston. At the Lewiston Economic Growth Council, we respect and honor the work of the past and try to learn from it as we focus on the future. It is worthy to note, as Jean mentioned, that our predecessor agency helped to bring Geiger here in 1955 from New Jersey, and it was one of the first companies to move to Lewiston in the 20s. And today, the LAGC continues to work in that fashion with much input and advice from Jean Geiger, who's been an active board member of the LAGC for 20 years. We appreciate his help and guidance very much. The LAGC is proud to be part of this community since 1981, and we're focused on the expansion of existing businesses, the development of entrepreneurs, and attracting new business. And for a small part, we're proud to be a part of the Geiger story here in Lewiston and in LA, Maine. So on behalf of the LAGC, I want to thank you and congratulate Geiger and the entire family.
Stephanie. Now I'd like to call on the head of the LA Metro Chamber, Matt Leonard. Now, before I do that, he mentioned about my dad being passionate about everything he was part of. There was nothing he was more passionate about than the Chamber of Commerce. My dad would go on these extended trips promoting the Almanac, and he would come back into town and literally he'd get off an airplane and he would go out with Tom Crowley, who was head of the bank, and they would go out and sell chamber memberships. And in fact, he would go out and find delinquent chamber members, collect money, and then resell them the new chamber membership. And there's a reason why the most prestigious award of the chamber today is the Ray Geiger Award. And so there is nothing that my dad had a greater respect for or affection for, other than the Almanac. And the Chamber is a vital element of our community and is part of our support network and the support network of all businesses in this greater LA area. So Matt, would you kindly come up?
It is my honor and distinct privilege to be speaking here this morning. I am Matt Leonard. I'm the president and CEO of the Lewiston Metropolitan Chamber of Commerce. And I've been on the job for about a year and a half now, and I can tell you that when I came into LA, I quickly became enamored and acquainted with what Geiger stands for. As Jean said, the Ray Geiger Award is the most prestigious award that the Chamber gives annually. There's a large plaque in our conference room that talks about all of those winners. And I was forced to learn early on what Geiger represents. And I think you see that today, and it's obvious that Geiger is synonymous with community. And that's what they do. I mean, if you look at how they operate here, their employees are like family. It is a community. They give back. Whether it is that most prestigious award, whether it's an elementary school or the work that they do with numerous charitable organizations like Tree Street Youth, and on and on and on. I learned very quickly that Geiger is synonymous with community. And I've learned a lot on the job about economic development, and I can tell you we usually focus on recruitment. We need to bring more business to Lewiston. But the other side of that coin is really cultivating the environment to ensure that our existing businesses can thrive and grow and do more tomorrow than they do today. And this is another great example of cultivating an environment that is allowing a business to grow that has been here for so many years and it is so important to this community. And it is distinctly notable and honorable that a business would be a participating partner in that. They are investing in their community. They're not asking for any concessions and realizing that they will pay more in taxes, but believing that it will lead to a better tomorrow and that a tangible creation of an environment that positively impacts education and workforce development. Geiger truly is community, and they do it in business practices, and they do it with how they operate day to day. And lastly, I would tell you, when I'm out on the stump speech kind of marketing Lewiston and Auburn, I talk about what we don't talk about enough, is that LA is home to many of the best and biggest and number ones in the world. You've heard today that Geiger is one of the largest owned businesses that do marketing and advertising in America, which they do. They're a tech leader in that industry. They are the best at what they do, and they are home. Their home is Lewiston and Auburn. And we need to talk more about that, and I'm sure we could probably contract with Geiger because they're the best at what they do, marketing and advertising. And last, an anecdote, we're really proud to award the Ray Geiger Award every year. And I was also very proud that in my first opportunity to add board members to the Chamber of Commerce, we added Jeffrey Geiger, that fifth generation. And it kind of started, I was telling the story with some of my board members. I said, hey, I was out last night and I met Jeff and Dave. And, well, I didn't say Jeff and Dave. I said, I was out last night with the Geiger brothers and we were having a few beers at Orchid. And we were talking about those opportunities. And they're like, you were out drinking with Gene and Peter? I was like, no, Jeff and Dave. And they're like, oh, okay. And I too came from Southern California. I spent most of my Navy career in San Diego. So it is easy to recognize the challenges that David spoke of, but I look forward to working the coming years to work with Jeff and David and expanding on those opportunities and doing more tomorrow than we do today. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
We're coming close to an end here, and we don't want to make this go too long, but I did understand there might be somebody in the audience that wanted to get up and say a few words. So, Paul, would you like to say a few things as a spontaneous eruption of emotion here?
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? This is a great day. And, I got to know Gene a few years ago, came over and gave him our 100th anniversary bulletin about our company. I'm the 15th president of Geiger Bank. I'm honored to do so. I'd also like to recognize my friend and colleague, Rick Vail, CEO of Mechanic Savings Bank. And the reason I came over was, in that time period, in 1970, Ray Geiger was a corporator of our bank. And Hanson Ray, who was the 13th president and CEO of Geiger Bank, and Ray were friends. They were both very involved in the chamber. They did a lot with the chamber, and I was actually privileged to work with Hanson in the last few years of his employment in our bank, and he used to tell me about the passion that he and Ray and other people like that at that time had for this community and what they did for this community. And I can tell you that Geiger carries that on today. One thing that we need, and our mayor spoke about this, is job creation. Because when we create jobs, there's something called the multiplier effect.
So when we hire people, they go out and buy things in stores. They buy cars. They expand their homes. They do a number of things that create more jobs. And that economic multiplier effect takes over. So for those of you who are employees of Geiger, you should be very proud to work for this company. You know, recently I was at the Chamber of Commerce Scramble. You were there, Jeff. It was a good day. Who was the prime sponsor? Geiger. Giving back. Geiger. Giving back. Recently, we were all at the event honoring the naming rights of the New Beginnings Homeless Teen Center. Our bank had a small part to play in that, but Geiger's name is on that building in honor of your mom. And so that is another fine example. A homeless teenage people in our community is a completely unacceptable thing, and we need to all be about solving that complicated problem. One other last thing, education. Public education is incredibly important to this community. We are not at a place where we want to be in terms of education. There's a complete and direct correlation between the amount of educational attainment people have and the level of which their income will be over the course of their year. I see Peggy Rotundo here, and I know the amazing amount of work you've done. Thank you for representing Lewiston for all these years working in public education. And there is a school in Lewiston named after your dad. And I know Peter primarily has been very involved in public education. So thank you for what you do on that too, because our kids need to learn. And having a daughter who happens to be a school teacher in Lewiston, I know that there's a lot of work that they do. So thank you for allowing me to say a couple things on behalf of those of us who are stepping up to help out a little bit.
Off script. Arlene Tremblay is representative for Senator Susan Collins. She's been a great friend, a great representative for the state. Speaking of anniversaries and Ray Geiger, this is the 200th anniversary of the Farmer's Almanac, and it wouldn't have existed had my father not taken it over in 1935 with a 86,000 circulation, grew to 6.5 million copies in his heyday, and Arlene has something from Senator Collins recognizing the 200th anniversary. So this is technically off script.
Off script. I'm Carlene Tremblay, and I run Senator Collins' Lewiston office. And the senator had asked if I would make this presentation today more informal, but I think it's fitting that we do it today because we have Gen 5 and Gen 4, which I think you're all part of at the end of the day. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but the senator had inserted a congressional record, which is the official record of the United States Congress, to pay tribute to the 200th edition. So I'm going to read a couple of paragraphs, which I think are truly significant. For the first 137 years, the Farmer's Almanac was published in Morristown, New Jersey. In 1955, Ray Geiger, who became the Almanac's 6th editor in 1934, moved operations to Lewiston, Maine, believing quite correctly that my state's New England heritage better reflected the publication's guiding ethic of sustainable, simple living. Readers enjoyed the Farmer's Almanac for its humorous essays, trivia, and advice on everything from gardening to relationships, but the long-range weather forecasts remain its hallmark. The time-tested, highly secretive mathematical and astronomical formula produces 16-month forecast for 7 different U.S. climate zones with a significant record of accuracy. In fact, the CEO of a major airline recently confirmed that Farmer's Almanac forecasts are favored into his company's winter contingency planning. The Geiger family and their company advanced the Maine business tradition of service to others by supporting a wide range of civic and charitable endeavors, from the arts to healthcare to homeless youth. The New Beginnings Ann Geiger Center in Lewiston, Maine, named in honor of Peter's mother, provides vital education and skills development opportunities for homeless and neglected youth. The Ray Geiger Elementary School in that same city recognizes the family's many contributions. So I'd like to present it to Peter, but to the whole family, because your whole family has made this iconic product put put Maine on the map and also put Lewiston on the map. So I want to thank you for that. And there was a personal sentiment to the editor, to Peter, with appreciation for your many years of editing the Farmer's Almanac and for your contributions to students in our state. Senator Susan Collins.
Thank you very much. That was so typical of Senator Collins, but it's very much appreciated. When we started the Geiger-Montello partnership back around 1988, Senator Cullen got very involved in it. All of a sudden, he did something in the Congressional Record about the company, and it was kind of when it all got started, and just kind of snowballed, as it were. Anyway, thank you very much.
We'll wrap it up here. I'm going to go off script just a slight bit. We've got a great big TV camera in the background over there, but right in front of me, talking about our international presence and how things have changed. We are live streaming this on Facebook right now, as you can. We have our Chief Operating Officer and one of our very best salespeople who are watching this from a hotel room in Hong Kong right now. Assuming they got internet, and so, hi Joanne. We finally got through it, we're done, she could be here. It's fascinating what the world has become and how small things are, and how because of the internet and technologies, we can actually source and deliver products on a world basis. We used to have salespeople that would drive local routes and take care of local customers, and now everyone's got their hand in on things far away from where they live, and we have to be able to accommodate to customers that demand us and require that we handle their worldwide needs. Our biggest single customer is Delta Airlines, and we are sourcing and delivering for them all over the world every day. Some of the stuff comes out of our place here, some of it gets shipped directly from manufacturers. But that's the business that we're in today. So, let me just wrap up by thanking all of our distinguished guests, especially our local partners who've chosen to be here today. Thank you for also all of our employees, mostly for all of our employee associates who make this company what it is. We love you. We appreciate what you do. And let's carry on into the 5th generation. And we will, a year from now, perhaps, we'll have an open house and you can see what this place looks like once we fixed it up. So we were going to offer for anyone who cares, especially the visitors, the guests who come in, we have our architect, Dan Ellingson of Harriman, and Mike Hebert are around here somewhere and are willing and able to walk you around and show you in more specific terms what we're building out here, what the whole place looks like. So that's it for now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll see you back here in a year and we'll show off our spiffy new place.